Howdy, 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 my name is Anachi Sasuke, and welcome back to Let's Play Pesterquest. Sorry about the delay, but in the last episode, we befriended Rose. The game doesn't think that happened for some reason, but it is what it is. Now it's time for Dave, and it's been so long since I did this that Dave and Jade are out now, but this episode's only going to be Dave, for the sake of content lasting longer. Jeez, that's loud. Okay. Let's be real. As much as you enjoy your new friends, they all seem a little lonely. Like, maybe they don't have any friends because the ones they talk to online, besides the ones they talk to online? Is online friendship a reasonable alternative to a more traditional face-to-face friendship? Are relationships, and dare you say, families, that you choose not just as important, if not more so, than those that you are able to touch and feel? Damn. Maybe being a little too real. You decide not to think about it too hard. But if you're being honest with yourself, maybe you aren't terribly interested in the greater context of found family and interpersonal relationships in the instant message era. You got a fever, and the only cure for this disease is called friendship. Cold friendship is to mildly inconvenience a few teenagers. As much of a delight as it's been to make a young boy face his existential future, rob a woman of her boo stash, and then self-reflect about the value of contextual relationships, it's all felt a little heavy-handed. What you need is an emotional palate cleanser. There are 2 kids left on this tour de force, and both sound like they'd make exquisite friends. Time to go full on easy mode here. You've heard so much about this guy, you feel like you got this one in the goddamn bag. With confidence, you zap yourself onwards. What am I looking at? Oh, you're already here. Wherever here is, it is blisteringly hot. You nigh instantaneously regret your choice of apparel. Why did you instinctively put your hoodie back on over this robe? Gown? You the mailman or male person? This must be Dave. Rose mentioned he talked a lot, and as you start to explain it, becomes apparent he is having this conversation at you, not with you. Wow, it is unbelievably humid. Person adjacent? Anyway, Egbert told me you'd show up eventually, which I never doubted for a second, since one of the core tenets of the United States Postal Service is that you visit 4 extremely specific and spread out teenagers while sweating all over yourself. Practically a crime to not be increasingly moist while out here delivering letters on the roof of a skyrise. Which, as you know, is the most effective and legal way to drop off the post. Clammier than a New England potluck and wandering around on the roof with no package. It is actually really cool how much this kid seems to talk at you, but you are barely listening. Has the sun always been that red? Has the sky always been that wavy? Are you alright? You're hardly alright. You tug at the collar of your soggy mess of a hoodie. This is an overwhelming, oppressive heat. An almost impenetrable air fills your lungs as you try to take a series of shallower and shallower breaths. The world fades to white. When you wake up, you're sitting propped up on a cheap futon in front of a large television. A rough approximation of a person does an elaborate series of controlled falls, culminating in what you can only describe as skateboarding for assholes. On your left, Dave exists in a quantum state that is somehow both sitting and laying down, but also neither? With the precision of a Swiss watchmaker, he deftly presses a series of buttons that makes the awful Polygon Man on screen T-pose and fall face forward onto the ground. Seconds later, his skateboard flops helplessly next to him. He doesn't look away from the screen as he speaks. So, I guess you lived? It's not that I'm invested, but John might be sad. Classic John. You try and emulate his incredibly casual body language as you slide your body down the futon. Your legs already barely reach the ground. Yeah, that guy's a dork, but I taught him everything he knows. You ask him if he taught him how to be a dork. You affect a completely uninterested face as though the sickness of your 3rd-degree burn is not the single most exciting moment of your entire life. God damn. Owned in my own home. Owned within an inch of my life. I'm on the edge reaching out that hand of friendship, and this chucklehead long live the king's me. Thousands of gazelles trample my useless body as Jonathan Taylor Thomas's persona watches on. Oh my god. Who will raise Simba now? Who's gonna teach him about combat? Philosophy. Life. BT Dubs, I put your nasty sweatshirt in the shower. The shower? What? The shower? Yeah, it smelled, so I tossed it in there. ran the hot water. You can thank me later. Won't someone need that? You don't want to put anyone out. You've already taken up so much of their hospitality. Also, you don't think that's how you're supposed to wash clothes? Nah, my bro's out for a while. It happens sometimes. Probably puppet related. He avoids the laundry minefield by opting for the nuclear option. Though, you guess that makes sense. There are a lot of puppets around, which strikes you as extremely normal and reasonable and not even a little whack. Yeah, puppets rule. End of story. Shit, closed the book on that one. Time for bed, bye, kid. Little man about to get his 8 to 10 on snug as a bug in a fucking rug. Tuck the fuck in tight as he can be on his way to Slumberland. Nemo who? Never fucking heard of him. Shit, hold on. He sits up to fish something out of his pocket. Ah! A phone. He gets a phone from his pocket. You're not sure what you were thinking. A perfectly normal human being with a 100% real and tangible... From a 100% real and tangible Earth, you know what a cell phone is. What is that, a first gen? Yikes. He ignores your jab and you pretend not to be reading over his shoulder, though it probably could not be more obvious that you are. Hi! Did you meet the mailman? My guy, we have gone over this time and time again. How do I put this in terms you can understand? Have you ever met a mailman in your life? Even in that shitty Costner flick you love, the dude has the decency to at least wear the outfit. Stop it, microphone. Microphone? Don't you look at me with that tone of death. No, I'd never waste my precious time watching even a single one of the zealous garbage you try to wreck me. I'm just stating some stone cold facts. I just read an outline and browsed a few review sites to see what people were saying. I don't know, it sounds like that probably took a lot more time and effort than just watching the movie itself. What I'm saying is this isn't a mailman. I don't even think this is a person. You've thrust a person-styled entity into my life under the alluring guise of parcel delivery, which, if I'm understanding right, this clown isn't even very good at, on account of how bad they bungled the only delivery that mattered. At least Lalonde had the good sense to be skeptical of this absolute fucking tomfoolery. Don't be a dick, the mailman is cool. John, I cannot stress this enough. You wouldn't know cool if it bit you in the ass. Can you imagine? No? The dopest person you've ever met, chomping away, just really getting up in there, ice cold and ear deep in a king's feast of ass. What the hell are you talking about? Try to keep up, Egbert, this will be on the quiz. He looks uncharacteristically startled as he glances back in your direction, to find you only a few inches away, adamantly reading his private conversation with a friend. Give me a second. Jesus Christ, you're like a cat. How? How much of that did you see? You definitely didn't see him having a playfully flirtatious chat with a longtime friend, if that's what he's asking you. Dave desperately tries to refocus on his game hijinks. He makes his character, who you can see he has named Tony Cock, do what could be described as some insane flips and shit. Masterful. There's nothing at all flirtatious about two bros discussing eating ass. Just being straight as two arrows who are also straight. I mean, how would that even work? It wouldn't, that's how. That's all there really is to say about that. You reassure him that it's okay to be honest about his feelings. You're not here to judge him. John seems very nice. They would be cute together. Together? Like, how? No, don't tell me. I actually don't give even a single shit about this line of thought. You might not have picked this up, but I am definitely 100% not a homosexual. Pretty much crawling in moist voluptuous hoes on the regular. Wait, hoes are real? Hell yeah, hoes are real. And they're damp. Shit, it's like I gotta start at square one with this hapless asshole. What school do you go to? The utter astonishment you feel at this earth-shattering revelation sends your consciousness for a spin, but you manage to steel yourself. This isn't your first tough customer. You tell Dave that hose is a gender-neutral term. If anyone can be a hoe if they believe in themselves. Hoe-like behavior knows no limits, no master. Despite just learning that they were real mere moments ago, you're confident that to be a hoe is to be free. Oh. That's pretty dope, I guess. It's not... It's not like I've never thought of it. I mean, for the ironic payoff, obviously. Can you imagine the look on his face? His best bro coming up to him with some dire news. I look him in the eyes, and the eyes red with tears. Look at him, look up at him, eyes red with tears as I put a hand on his shoulder and say, John, not to alarm you, but I'm gay now. Your clueless dipshit wows have finally won me over. No, that sucks. His speech has become even quicker than normal as he stands and paces frantically around the apartment, completely abandoning his poor Tony. I mean, and it's purely hypothetical. If I liked anyone, which I don't on account of being too fucking smooth to tie myself down, it would probably be another one of my friends. You don't know her, she's not from around here. So basically that basically means I can't have a thing for John! Case closed. By unanimous decision, the jury finds a favor for the defendant, me. It seems to you like he's got a lot to think about, and maybe this is a little heavy for the first meeting. You already feel emotionally exhausted. No fucking way. We're in this for the long haul, partner. We are entrenched in this shit. You and me are fighting on the front lines of isn't he World War I. Troops are spilling over the embankment armed to the teeth with various literature and pamphlets. I'm already learning so much about myself. Oh, is that good? The enemy is at the gates of my sexuality and our air support is nowhere to be seen. If I don't make it, tell my wife or maybe husband, I died like I lived. Completely baller in every conceivable way. This conversation train has not just gone off the rails, but is crashing headfirst into the nearest village. Just some unsuspecting hamlet falling prey to this out-of-control ride. This is no longer a conversation you have any say in. You desperately look around the room for anything else to talk about. So, puppets, right? Oh, no. You fucked up, mailman. You opened the floodgates of introspection. We are balls deep in the discourse waters, and there's nobody to blame but yourself. He stops pacing to look contemplative. His voice lowers to a mumble. Is he still talking to you? Does he still want to talk about this or not? It is nearly impossible to tell. I think I just missed a thing by accident. Obviously, my full title would be Gave Strider Dick Rider. Okay, that's enough. There's got to be a better way than this. You were so tired. Abscond. So I accidentally missed some dialogue. But that's our first bad ending. Let's go get some of the other ones as long as the microphone stops screwing around. I can probably say fucking the comic that the game has. Was there another decision? Hold on. Okay, so no, yeah, there was only no other decisions in there. Skibbity-bee-doop. Fast forward. Dope. 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 You are definitely the sort of person who says dope often and casually. You tell him, dopely, that you are a person who is not caught up in the small details of decorum or personal propriety. In fact, it doesn't bother you at all that he took your only worldly possessions and tossed them in a shower while you were unconscious. What's some light corpse looting among bros? Okay. While it dries, you can wear one of my bro's shirts. He usually has a fresh stash hidden in here. Dope, tight, sick. Nothing weird about hiding some shirts in the living room. Just gonna have a look-see. Holy shit, there are a lot of puppets in here. Yeah, dude, puppets own. Enough said. My bro's got the market cornered on puppet-based endeavors. Backed up against the wall like a feral beast hissing for more plush-oriented content. Little guy is probably just scared. Just wants to protect his nest and mouth-to-mouth feed its babies only the choicest puppet smut for a reasonable fee. What the fuck does any of that mean? You look back to Dave, but he's on his phone. God damn, that is so cool, actually. There's something weird about this whole setup that you just can't put your finger on. For one, you can't seem to find any secret shirts anywhere. It's all just puppets and plushes and DJ equipment. Oh my. Yeah, with my bro, you have to think of the potential for ironic payoff. That guy's always one step ahead. Just when you think you've got it all figured out, it was all just some trap to make you think you got in this goat. But that goat is long gone. Makes you think maybe there never was a goat. Maybe it was some other barnyard animal all along. You've been duped into looking for a goat like some dumb asshole, or maybe the goat gets you really subvert the whole thing. You take a second to wonder if he is really using the term ironic correctly in this instance. By dictionary definition, yes. A goat getting you is the opposite of how the situation should go. Thank God you settled that. As you're about to reassure Dave that this joke tracks, you catch the movement in the corner of your eye. Was that a camera? It couldn't have possibly been a camera. Oh, nope. There it is again. There is a camera coming out of the ice dispenser. It whirs softly as you approach. It's a mechanical eye trained on you. How long has this thing been watching? Is this Dave's? You lean in to take a closer look, but your foot catches on something. You fall flat on your face. Dave seems too engrossed into the conversation he's having on his phone to pay you much mind, occasionally mumbling something out loud a few times before presumably typing it out. You search for whatever it was that made you beef it so royally, you know, beef it, like, fall down. That is a real phrase that humans say. A small tripwire stands taut a few inches off the ground. You must not have disturbed it enough to set off whatever contraption it's attached to, apparently. There are a lot of jigsaw puppets. Oh yeah, sometimes they're more of a psych out. You think, oh fuck man, I definitely beefed it, which is a phrase that is real. And you sit there waiting on bated breath, prepared to be fucked deep in velvety marionette dick. And it never comes. You go the rest of your day just waiting for the payoff from your dipshit mistake. And it never comes. You wake up in cold sweats for weeks, yearning for a release that will never find you, and it hits you. You've been fucking bamboozled by the master yet again. There's no elaborate booby trap. No Rube Goldberg device set to enact a series of complicated shenanigans, ultimately resulting in being buried alive in Kermit the Frog's plush amphibious dong. Beautiful, really. Damn, bro, you live like this? I mean, yeah, I guess. Keeps me on my toes. Heels never met the ground. A prima ballerina with a head full of dreams and nothing to lose. God's gift to plies? Ripping a straight tasty tour on lair for my adoring fans. They go apeshit for this sort of thing, but it's just another day in the life of dancer extraordinaire Dave Strider. Haven't fallen for a trap like that since I was a baby. Trained. Real rookie mistake mailman, looking tired maybe. Drained. Oh, is he rapping? Oh my god, is he mumble rapping at you? This is the greatest day of your life! Got more plush ash than a puppet lost and found. King Strider drops the illest fires, cause heavy is the crown. Rhyme a puppet puppet, call that puppet rhymes. Killing all ventriloquist, puppet on puppet crimes. He goes on like this for some time with what could be described as bars of a similar caliber. The narrative focus shifts to your inner thoughts out of necessity because it turns out writing raps is really hard. It isn't exactly great, but you're not really a rap expert despite what your social media opinions might imply, unless you count Hatch to Dance, which of course you do. Why wouldn't you? Wait. What? What does that mean? Why did you think that? The whole scenario feels a little weird and familiar to you? All of these kids feel familiar to you. You learn something new about Dave and you feel like you already sort of know it? You can't place it. It's because you read the whole of Homestuck in one sitting. Despite having met Dave no less than half an hour ago, something feels just slightly off about him. Something about his actions feels so performative in nature, like he's pantomiming in front of an audience? As Dave continues to rap, you remember that you are in front of an audience. You cast a glance over to the camera, but also to the hundreds of stuffed little creatures staring at you with their lifeless eyes. Amidst your revelation, we check back in on Dave because I'm getting paid to write this, so I should probably make with the fucking jokes already. Master of my tool, I'm the ace. Hardware. Got more hoes than a gardener. Yard care. Nice. The chaotic and surreal energy of this scene sends a shock of nervous energy down your spine. You feel alarmingly nude without the comfort of familiar warmth of your sweater. There's something about it that grounded you, something that felt like home. Dave concludes his masterpiece with an elaborate series of yeahs and uhs, just as you see the camera turn away from him ever so slightly to focus on something else before retreating it back into the ice. Oh, it's gone. Back into the ice dispenser. It almost makes it look a little bashful. That's kind of adorable, actually. Despite the fanfic you've written in your head about a Coolkid and his new best robot friend, the reality of the situation sets in. You have yet to make friends with this character, and it all has kind of felt surreal and weird to you. Maybe it's time to zap back and hard reset this continuity to try again. What does that mean? Feels like I'm missing an important part of the puzzle here? Oh, did he hear that? How does this work exactly? Sometimes you just narrate what you're thinking. Kind of a baller move. Why has nobody called you out on this before? You put your hand on the counter to stabilize yourself and your fingers brush up against something clandestinely polo. You just barely poking out from beneath a pile of discount plush nobodies is a neatly retail folded shirt. Wear the shirt! Obviously, you're going to put the shirt on. You don't want to be the only one not wearing a cool shirt. Do you need some privacy? I'm not sure where one layer of you ends and the other begins. Doubt the audience cares. What? Oh, you guys been on camera like this is kind of fucking whack, you say, so pointedly your sprite even shows up on screen for a second. Yeah, that's right. We went all out for this one. You were wondering if there was a place here that wasn't under constant surveillance? Like, how does this kid take a shit in peace? You know, everyone's thinking it. Dope line of questioning that I'm sure the public at large is eager to know the answer to, but my room isn't wired up, no. About to get you fired up, though. Menageries multiplying with... Maybe not this second. Alright, damn. You accompany Dave down the hallway to his room. You hear the shower on as you pass the bathroom, and you peek in to see your hoodie and nice gown on the tile being uselessly wetted by low-pressure steam. You're welcome, by the way. Dave motions you to go in first, giving you the privacy you need to change into an extremely starched polo shirt and nothing else. This collar will not go down. This is absolutely what someone in 2009 would think is fresh as hell. You look around the room for a bit. There's so many things in here. This will be a 13-year-old's wet dream, but to you it just seems a little... much. It feels like this is a bunch of things someone thinks they should like. Let the fan art reflect that you've put on the shirt at this point. There isn't a mirror in here, but you can tell that this is someone out there's idea of a look. The door opens and Dave is standing there, but not walking in. He's leaned up against a door frame, slipping a juice. Where'd he get a juice? What the fuck? Hallway juice, my guy. Hallway juice. What, you don't keep foodstuff stashed around your house? What do you do when you get hungry? No, that's not it. I mean, you usually just keep it in the fridge or whatever. Too obvious. Somebody help this useless clown. You assure Dave that you have met many clowns in your day and only some of them were useless. I just realized I have both apple juice and fruit gushers right now. I feel like I should have noticed this sooner. Anyway, name one. You can't. Why did you say that? Clowns are awful. Everybody knows this. Guess he's got you there. You know, despite the overwhelmingly plush decor of the rest of the house, there is a distinct lack of puppets in here. That's more my bros thing. Not that they aren't deliriously sick. Just a whole hospital ward full of the illest children you ever seen. Each one more up to pup than the last. Up to pup? Yeah, pup. Like puppets. You're gonna be honest, it doesn't really seem like his heart's in it. How do you mean? Well, it's just that he doesn't really seem to be all into the puppets. Feels a little performative. Well, I guess I got my own stuff I'm into. Like, if I were to rank it 1 to 10, I'd say puppets are probably a solid 7. You got this kid on the ropes, just one more push. In fact, you'd even go so far as to say the puppet thing sorta sucks. It is extremely weird. The cameras, the hiding things like an animal, it all seems a little, you know, whack. For a while, he seems to just look at you, almost as if he's sizing you up. There's a long stretch where Dave doesn't break eye contact with you as he finishes his cute little juice and crumbles it up. He takes an ambitious shot at the trash can and misses it by about 7.5 feet. Damn, I could have sworn I had game. You're throwing me off, mailman. Yes, that is correct. You are a faithful employee of the Postal Service. I mean, I definitely believe you, but let's say I didn't. Let's say I had a cool friend who, even though they're too cool to care about details like this, they were a little skeptical of this whole situation. Maybe they want some proof you were who you said you were, before they let you get any closer to their friends. Just throwing that hypothetical out there. What proof could he possibly need? Say the oath. What? The oath. The mail oath. Look, the thing about that is, I mean, unless you aren't really a mailman. Behind his sunglasses, Dave's eyes shift ever so slightly to what you might describe in a less immediately harrowing situation as a moderately priced looking mall katana mounted to his wall. You realize that maybe now isn't the best time to come clean about your impeccable ruse? You can't believe you've managed to put yourself in mortal peril yet again! You wordlessly chuckle and shake your head. Oh, the situation you get yourself into. Dave, not privy to your private thoughts for once, looks on. Why, of course you can recite the mailman oath, you say with a confidence that is as misplaced as it is unfounded. You perk up, now is your time to shine. Maybe it's the pop collar, but you're feeling good about this one. You got this. You've lied to tons of kids. One more and it'll be smooth sailing from here on out. You open your mouth and there's a brief moment where everything feels like it's going to be okay. You immediately start sobbing and crumple into a disgusting mess on the floor. Oh, fuck. Wow, okay. Jesus Christ. If you're not a real mailman, you ever were, you have a real mailman outfit, you're fraud. You now it stamps scars. Oh my god. Jeez, just okay. It's gonna be alright there. Dave squats down next to your deflated body and pats you a little awkwardly on what he assumes is your shoulder. You say you're sorry you tricked him, you just wanted to impress him because John said he was so cool. It's fine, I guess. Fuck, dude. Get a hold of yourself. He tries to get up, but you're desperately clinging to his shirt, confessing everything. Confessing to made-up crimes you didn't even commit. Look, my guy, we all make mistakes. Please stop whatever this is. I'm pretty sure you are harmless. And I don't think you actually killed anyone with your ass or were ever an accessory to burning down an alien mall or whatever insane shit you just said. Yeah, you kind of got caught up in a moment to start saying made up shit. You asked Dave if he's mad at you? Nah, dude. Get up. Dave helps you back onto your feet. You come clean in an only slightly more controlled and dignified way this time. You explain how there are these huge gaps in your memory and that you somehow ended up with these abilities that let you traverse space, time, and sometimes even reality itself. Dave doesn't say much for a change, and it doesn't seem like he's listening at first, but you think maybe he just has one of those faces. Let me get this straight. One day you just appeared in a suburb. No memories except that you have some mysterious teleportation power. You dig through some unsuspecting chump's mail looking for clues. And through some ridiculous universal happenstance, you just happen to stumble upon the most gullible fucking dork in the universe. Befriend him. Also, I'm there via text. Egbert gives you a list of friends to visit. Out of all the choices available to you, myself included. And you go see Rose first. Rose fucking Lalonde. Even though we built up such a good rapport when I told John you weren't a real mailman. Called it, by the way. Your first instinct is to visit the most heavy-handed of all of us for some light kinship? A power move, I guess. Mailman out here wave dashing for friendship. Can't even spare a neutral for old Strider, huh? Won't even back into the corner and spam your ranged attack for the D-man. A tragedy in 2 acts. Both acts are titled betrayal. You definitely understand what is being said and absolutely don't have to ask your friends what some cool video game words are. You were 100% not pulling the boldest "how do you do, fellow kids" the world has ever seen. Besides, is that really the thing to be focusing on right now? You fucking wound me, mailman, of course it is. Nothing is more important to me than this. They say that most humans only use 10% of their brain. That's because I'm using 90% of it to think, how dare you? So anyway, can you really go anywhere? See anybody you want? Sounds nice. For all but a moment, the act drops and you see the corners of his mouth tighten a little. The fading afternoon light filters through his sunglasses at just enough of an angle to see his eyes shift over ever so slightly towards the window. These subtle movements would surely be lost on most. If you weren't so focused on trying to read him, or even just slightly further away, you might have missed it yourself. There was almost a loneliness in his voice. It must be hard to live out here by yourself, so far away from the people who care about you. It's possible that you have been so focused on trying to blindly make friends that you've forgotten that in front of you is a real living person. You can't help but wonder if there's something you can do. You said you can take people with you, right? Like, if you could teleport John around, would that work with anybody? This is it. The path to this kid's heart is clear as day. Fuck what you said just now. That friendship juice is so close you can practically fucking taste it. You try not to look excited, affecting Dave's cool persona as you say, fuck yeah, you can take people with you. You scope out with your fingernails because for some reason that is what you do when you're acting cool. This works to the full extent it can, coming from someone who was not but 7 minutes and 32 seconds earlier rolling around on the floor damp with their own tears. Did he have some place in mind? Yeah. I mean, I got some ideas I could bounce off you, I guess. How do you feel about... Shh. With a swift finger to his mouth, you cut him off. He doesn't seem to like that very much, but you still consider it a successful maneuver. There's no need for words between friends. You know just where he wants to go. Just think really hard about it. Think about where you want to be, Dave. Think about what is important to you. Think about what you really want. It'll be more magical this way. Friendship is magic after all. You just made that up right now. Don't look it up. Damn, guess that's true. He closes his eyes and you put a hand on his shoulder. This is it. Putting your trust in the magic of friendship, you focus this power externally as much as you were able. Flashes of distant but somehow familiar imagery courses through you. The quiet stillness of the suburbs, the smell of the forest, The heat of an apartment rooftop. The ocean breeze. You extended outwards as much as you were able. This is his rodeo. You're merely the... vehicle? What the fuck? Oh, fuck yes. There, the two of you stand near a sign that says, "Please wait to be seated." A very cheery hostess has a brief exchange with Dave and ushers the two of you to an open table. Oh, hell fucking yes. There's no mistaking it. About to get my motherfucking breadstick on. This is absolutely an Olive Garden. Fuck yeah, it is. When you're here, you're family, dog. While you're still new to this, you can't really seem to detect any irony in his voice. You thought for sure he'd want to go see his friends. Thought you had him figured out. First and last mistake, mailman. But you'll learn. I'm a mystery. Got that history. Fucked with the plot, my flow's so hot they leave you looking blistery. Racially ambiguous, my rhyme's contiguous. At the OG with my homie where the breasts are continuous. You don't know what the you know what? Fuck it. You just let him go for a while. You don't even know if that last one rhymed, but fuck it, you aren't fuck if you aren't charmed by this little bastard. You lean back in your chair and just absorb it all. Sitting in the worst restaurant imaginable with your new rapping teen friend while the other patrons do their best to ignore his incredible rhymes. After a short while, Dave abruptly stops freestyling and you open your eyes. Oh fuck, you know what time it is? No, your sprite doesn't have a watch drawn on it. It's breadstick 30, no watch necessary. Fuck me, I love breadsticks. I never talk about it. This is a very real and hidden character trait that nobody knows about me. Well, that sounds like a very real and hidden character trait that nobody knew about him. And we are certainly not finding this out now because out of a series of seemingly unrelated events that possibly change the continuity of this universe, allowing these sort of otherwise narratively unimportant traits to shine through. Wow, he is really going to town on those breadsticks. Maybe this is all friendship needs to be. Spending some quality FaceTime with a solid bro and just absolutely decimating some bottomless breadsticks at a bad chain Italian restaurant. Maybe the real lesson here is friendship doesn't have to be a grand gesture or high adventure. Maybe the real friends... I understand you're having a moment, but I'm absolutely going to eat your breadsticks if you don't stop talking about what friendship means to you. Yeah, man, whatever you want. Get that bread, son! And we gotta go find out what happens if we don't put the shirt on. Dope to dope, dope, dope. Don't wear the shirt. Actually, you think you're fine as is. No reason to shake it up with yet another outfit we'll eventually we'll have to eventually pay someone to draw. Let's take a second, reel it in for a little bit. What the fuck is going on here? Isn't this, like, really messed up? No, what's messed up? No, what's messed up is how you deny my hospitality like this. I offer you someone else's property that you have to find hidden among countless lifeless puppet corpses, and this is the thanks I get. Real cold, mailman. Damn, maybe I'll wear the shirt to protect me from this chill. Enough, okay. Like, why is he in school? It's the middle of April. It's spring break, bro. Besides, I only subscribe to the School of Hard Knocks. Also, several YouTube channels and periodicals. So, pretty sweet deal over here, actually. You know he isn't really like this. You know he doesn't like living like this. Oh, damn, is that true? What am I like? Apparently, we got the foremost expert in Dave lore here. PhD in Strider Dynamics. It's the first day of school and I'm here in class, eager to learn. Got my pencil out, got my freshest fit on, got my dope new Trapper Keeper with the Lisa Frank dolphins on it. Look at them on there smiling like assholes. One blue, one pink, so we know it's not gay. Poor bastards don't know they're a cartoon. Saddest story I ever heard. The little camera switches its focus from Dave back to you, gauging your reaction. Ignoring it, you assert that you aren't trying to say you know him, just that what? Okay, clearly you struck some sort of nerve here, but nah, we're good. Tell me more about my situation. You really have been spending time with Rose, haven't you? Got me all figured out. Oh, don't worry. If you gotta look at the Wikipedia article for abandonment issues or whatever, I can wait. Despite how flat his voice is coming out, his body language has made a telltale shift. He's standing leaned up against the back of the futon, his hands are in his pockets. It would almost seem like he was sulking if you weren't so convinced he wanted to kick your ass. At the edge of your vision, you sense some movement? You didn't catch it exactly, but you're convinced it was there. You look over there and there's nothing to be seen? Perhaps another hidden camera? There's something unsettling about being watched this whole time. There it is again! Every now and then your eyes catch the faintest presence of something moving just out of sight. The whole place feels like it's faintly shifting around. Amid scanning the room, a particularly fucked up looking puppet catches your attention. These little shits are everywhere, but this awful little man's stare stops your heart for just a moment. Its cold eyes pierce you. Its plastered smile judges you. You look at it as briefly as possible, if for no other reason than to note how unsettling it is before looking back to Dave. What the fuck? What? Oh, that's just Cal. Cal's the realist. He certainly seems real to you. You could have sworn he just moved around on his own. Yeah, man, he does that. Don't think about it too hard. See, this is what you mean. It's not that deep. Look, I know you got some hero complex or something. I'm gonna swoop in and save these kids from themselves. Well, bad news, kid. That's not what this is, and heroes aren't real. John, I understand, but fooling Rose too? The insane tricks this guy must have pulled. David shifted his weight forward. While his voice has not risen above a low mumble, this is enough of a tell to know that maybe you should back off. This friendship thing is tougher than you thought. You're still on about that, huh? Look, I'm no expert on friendship, minus the fact that I absolutely am. But, you ever think that maybe coming into someone's home and fucking with their day-to-day life is a little rude? Just a hypothetical. As per normal, I'm stone cold unbothered by this turn of events. A stoic bastion in the... You're sorry, but did he just say stoic? What? Yeah? Stoic like unmoved? Does he mean stoic? I mean, I guess. Ah, peas, you done it now. You weren't trying to embarrass him, oh jeez. You tried to comfort him by saying, it's okay if he's never heard anybody say the word before, maybe he's only seen it in text. He frowns and goes quiet. This does not seem to be helping. This kid is completely shut off now. You try and bring up the puppets again. No dice. You even pretend to be super jazzed about Cal or whatever its name was, seemingly shadow stepping around the apartment. Wow, so cool. Nothing. Dave takes out his phone and begins texting. Ah, is that about you? Oh, Beansy telling your new friends how much you beefed it. This could ruin everything. Desperate times call for desperate measures. And this is the most desperate time you can recall. A friendship is on the line. Cal continues to phase in and out like a poorly animated anime character moving so fast you can't keep up. You take a few steps towards Dave. You've got to get him out of here, and you know just where to take him. About half a second into your stealth mission, you clumsily step on a puppet and it makes a pathetic squeak. Dave stops for a second, but after a few moments returns to texting at the speed of sound to whoever is on the other end. Cheese and crackers! You can hear the notification sounds popping off. Whoever it is responding back. You can't waste any more time. You teleport to him as silently as you can. Besides you, Cal's disgustingly limp body flops haphazardly on top of a shelf. Guess he's done? No time for this. You slowly reach out your hand, trying to get out of here and fix this. A large adult hand grabs you by the wrist. You turn to see it belongs to a muscular man in pointy sunglasses who you wouldn't exactly describe as a twink, and not exactly a hunk, but most certainly not a bear either. In fact, why don't we talk about it for several— oh shit! Before you can begin your extremely important debate, you are flung unceremoniously out of a high-rise apartment complex window. As you freefall, you think, maybe he was more of a twunk. So, despite that being another bad ending, props to the fact that the bad ending was Bro Strider actually throwing the guy out of his house for upsetting his brother. Even though he's a piece of shit brother/dad, at least that one instance he did a good thing for his brother that he's really bad at taking care of. So, that about does it for this episode of Let's Play Pesterquest. In the next one, we're going to see how Jade is doing and how this guy rewrites history for her life. If you liked it, a like and a subscribe will be groovy. If you didn't, you'll need to do either one of those things, and I will see y'all in the next one. Later!